Hey guys, Dr. David Jockers, and welcome to my kitchen. And I'm excited because today we're making berry coconut parfait. And this is an incredible recipe because these ingredients are very anti-inflammatory and they help you burn fat and build muscle. This is very ketogenic, so if you're on a ketogenic diet, this recipe works fantastic. If you have autoimmune disease, most people that I find with autoimmunity do really well in a recipe like this, and it's very good for satisfying your appetite and giving you kind of like a little bit of a sweet flavor. So it gives you, when you eat something sweet, it boosts endorphins, makes you just really feel good. So this recipe has been a lifesaver for so many of my clients, so I can't wait for you to try it as well. So here are the ingredients. Right here we've got frozen organic blueberries, and with berries we want to get these organic because they have a thin skin, so oftentimes they can be sprayed with pesticides and herbicides. So we get those organic. Now I could use fresh blueberries or frozen, either way works fine. I've also got some raspberries for a topping on top. Now I could do this recipe with just blueberries, right? Just fresh, frozen blueberries, or just raspberries, fresh or frozen. That's not really the big deal. Today I just wanted to use both of them, kind of give you kind of a full picture, full view, but all those berries are so good for your body, so we like those. So I've got a half a cup here of frozen organic blueberries. We've got some stevia for sweetener, so a little bit of vanilla sweet leaf stevia. We've got a little bit of pink salt, Himalayan sea salt, which helps with actually the overall flavor of it. We're just gonna put a little pinch in there, which is gonna provide trace minerals, and it's also gonna really help with, in a sense, getting rid of any sort of bad aftertaste that some people don't like when it comes to stevia. Use a little pinch of pink salt, that's really the trick, takes out that aftertaste. Right here we've got coconut butter, that's our main ingredient, and I've pre-melted this, so I kind of heated it up in my oven, just kind of stuck the jar in my oven, and just kind of preheated it just so I could get it out of the container real easy, and that's key for the blender, so I can put it right into the blender and it makes it easy. And you can see I've got a real high power, this is a Vitamix, real high powered blender. That's what's best for this recipe. If you don't have a high powered blender, then what you want to do is you want to really melt this down as well as you can. That way the coconut butter mixes really easy. Okay, coconut butter tastes amazing. It's a combination of coconut oil and coconut fiber, coconut flour, I should say. So with coconut oil, they take out all the fiber and flour. With coconut butter, they keep that in. So that's what you have here. It's sweet. It's very satiating and just is awesome. It's so good in these kind of recipes. So we've got that right there, and then of course we've got a little bit of water that's going to help us with kind of the blending process. So that's what we're going to be using for this recipe. Very simple, only a couple ingredients. And just simple and easy, and you will see that this tastes amazing, satisfies your desire for sweet cravings, and really helps you burn fat, build muscle, and improves brain function. That's one of the cool things about it. These fats help fuel your brain, and you will notice that your mental clarity goes up when you start consuming foods like this on a regular basis. So here we go. I'm gonna get started with the blender, and you guys are gonna see how I do this. All right, so when we're making this recipe, there's a formula for success that we want to follow. The first thing, because remember, the coconut butter is real thick, so it can be tough to blend, is I put a little bit of water in there. So remember, it was about a half a cup of water, so I put in about a quarter of it. Then what I'm gonna do is go ahead and I'm gonna put in my berries. So I got my berries in there. Then I'm actually gonna put a little bit of my salt, just a quick little pinch, as you can see. Got my salt in. Then I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put in my stevia, okay? Now, typically, the recipe calls for about 6 small drops. Should be all you need. If you want it a little sweeter, there's nothing wrong with adding a little bit more. So then, with all of this in there, I'm gonna start putting this coconut butter in there. Try to scrape it out. Get as much of those good fats out of there as I possibly can. And try to kind of push it down a little bit into the blender, make it a little easier for you. Then, remember I got close to a quarter of a cup of water left. I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Now, I don't wanna put too much in it, just in case I had my ratio off a little bit or something like that. I can always add more water in. You can't really take it out. So it's better to just put in a little bit less at first and then blend it up. So here we go. We're gonna get this blender going. this is what you'll notice, because coconut butter is just so thick. So what will happen is it's going to kind of clump up. And when you see that, sometimes you'll notice like this one's like looking a little bit dry. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of the water in there. And I'm gonna make sure that I get it away from the blades. That's really the trick here. So I get my spoon in there, kind of get it away from the blades, go for another little run. This is beautiful right here, guys. This is amazing. So we're gonna take this little cup, and you see that right there? That is what you want. Oh yeah. That is what you want. So there we go. Okay, now I'm just gonna take a couple of blueberries here. Or I'm sorry, raspberries. There we go. There we go. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. Now, if I want to make this a little cooler, I'll stick it in the freezer or the fridge, and it comes out and it's like a true like cold, refreshing parfait. It's awesome. So amazing that way. And it'll harden. The coconut butter will harden. So it's kind of, you got to get in there a little bit, and it's like a sorbet in a sense. It's awesome. It's amazing like this. So that again is our berry coconut parfait. You can see, simple and easy to make. Anybody can make this. I mean, just gotta make sure you got a good blender, right? Or really just melt down that coconut butter. That's the key tip. And then remember the ratio. You put the water, the berries, put everything in first, put the coconut butter, then put a little water in, and kind of go from there. Kind of figure out, in a sense, your ideal ratio. You can see I still had a little bit of water left, right? So you find out kind of your ideal ratio based on how much coconut butter, how much blueberries you had in there. So go ahead and try that. Leave a comment. Let us know how you enjoyed it.